Stop! Meatball time. Okay, we're making meatballs. We're making spinach meatballs. This was 10 ounces of frozen chopped spinach that I basically defrosted and then squeezed the living hell out of. So that it's dry. You don't want it to be soaking wet or else it's never going to form meatball. So, that. I'm going to do half a pound of ground chicken and a half a pound of ground beef. That way it's just not quite as unhealthy. So, ta-da! That was so hard. Okay, so I'm going to mix this first just to see how that looks. Clearly not afraid to get your hands dirty if you're working in the kitchen. You can always wash your hands, guys. You can always wash your hands. I used to do surgeries without, like, antiseptic. Not that you should. It's disgusting. Infection, sepsis, etc. But you know what? You can wash your hands. I've had worse things on my hands than raw chicken and beef. And then afterwards, I'm going to actually disinfect my sink. Touch everything. Look at that lovely distribution of my meat and my spinach. That's really the best part about using your hands for this, because I've made them with a spoon before, where you just kind of like, meh, and then you have terrible distribution of the spinach. You get lumps of just pure spinach inside of a meatball. It's just not good. We are going to season this. Okay, that's cold. Okay, this is 3 cloves of minced garlic. Okay, and then I'm going to wash my hands so we can season the rest of it. Sure thing, you really don't want to get like a whole butt ton of garlic in one meatball, right? The answer is no. Okay. Not terrible. Did you guys enjoy that? Is that good for you? Luckily that was the GoPro and not my head. And my sink drain is full of spinach. Oh. Without smashing my head. Okay. So. Let's see. Kosher salt. Put a little bit of kosher salt. A little red pepper. Because I love it. Some people hate it, but I love it. Oregano. If I had fresh herbs, I'd be using probably fresh oregano and fresh parsley, but I don't, so. Cheese. One egg. And then breadcrumbs. Play it by ear. So let's try this again. So satisfying in a sick, sick way. The egg and the breadcrumbs are to bind, so you actually get a meatball. same thing for meat loaves. I think we have a pretty good consistency for actual meatball making. Yeah. I should put a little oil in this pan. So there should be enough fat in the ground beef to not stick. That's dry. I have the pan on medium right now. It's a brand new nonstick, and the best part about a brand new nonstick is that when your brother comes over and makes eggs in your pan and doesn't put anything in it, the eggs still come out perfectly. Really thought he was gonna ruin the pan, but the egg slid out. So just form your meatballs, place them in your pan in a circle. We're gonna fill in. That way when you rotate, you know which one was the first and which one was the last. We're gonna cook on all sides. Hopefully by the time I get to the end, I'll be ready to flip the beginning without burning the heck out of the meatballs. I wanted to make breadsticks tonight, but I don't think that's gonna happen, so that'll be another video. This is 1 pound of meat, so what's left is another pound. I'll probably make a meatloaf out of it, or Salisbury steaks, or something. Need some variety, or else I would have made a whole butt ton of meatballs. Usually I make them smaller, but the pan sounds and smells like it's pretty hot, so I'm trying to get rid of the meat so I can rotate. Possibly add oil if necessary. You must always rotate your bowls. Okay. There we are. I also made pesto earlier today, but I didn't record it, so that's going to go on the pasta I'm going to have later, and these are going to go in tomato sauce. I can't put nuts in my pesto, so they don't have pine nuts in them because I'm allergic to all tree nuts and peanuts. So if anyone has a suggestion for things to put in pesto besides pine nuts, I mean, I don't put anything. I just make basil and garlic pesto. I don't know what I'm missing, so I don't know what it adds to put pine nuts. I'm assuming it adds a nice depth, nuttiness, and texture. But anyone has any suggestions, feel free. Just lower this scotch. So I'm going to brown these on all sides. Lower the heat on this pan, and at some point I'm just going to pour the sauce I have in here and just cook them all the way through, and that's really it. Then you can freeze them and you can save them. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like garlic from the heavens. It's a good way to sneak vegetables into your diet. Smother your vegetables in meat. Yeah, man. What do you guys think I should make into the other, rest of the beef and chicken? Any suggestions? Anyone? Meatloaf's okay. I like meatloaf enough. I don't know if I would go out of my way to like say, you know what I want tonight? Meatloaf. I'd rather have Salisbury steak, which is kind of like a giant meatball meets the meatloaf and it's in gravy. You have it with noodles or rice, whatever floats your boat. I think I'd rather eat that. Oh, these smell so good. They're definitely not cooked all the way through. They're gonna have to cook all the way through in the sauce, so won't be able to try them right now. So that you can live vicariously through me. By the way, I reviewed some of my videos, and I must apologize for all the humming. Holy shit, the humming. I'm turning into my mother because when I lived at home, anytime she did anything, she hummed, and I would lose my mind when she would hum. So now, I'm turning into her. So I apologize for the humming. And for nothing else. Fuck you. Well, there you go. Okay. This is going to continue on and on and on. I'm going to go in sauce, and then we get to try them later.